Felipe and I are going to talk you through the notable updates and improvements we've been making across the platform. These are the kind of improvements that you'll actually notice, whether that's when you're building apps in Studio or how your end users are experiencing them. And just before we get into that, as a reminder, if you do have any questions as we go through, feel free to drop them into the Zoom Q&A at any point, and we will get back to you. So from a performance perspective, we've seen improvements in stability and load times, particularly for larger apps. We've also reduced a lot of the issues, so the software is now running more smoothly and reliably. On the platform side, a lot of work has gone into the core areas, things like SSO and SAML, just strengthening that side so everything works as expected in the background. We've also made updates to navigation and overall UI in Studio, so it should feel a bit more intuitive to move around. You can find what you need and build without getting stuck. And more broadly, this is about making the experience of building and managing apps feel a lot more straightforward. So less time dealing with the little frustrations and more time actually moving things forward. So overall, the focus here is simple: a stronger, more dependable platform that's easier to work with, which is fundamentally what we're trying to do. And Felipe.
Yeah, thank you, Sophie. No, that's great. And also, let's talk about notifications. So that's we've been putting a lot of work into how notifications behave and are delivered. They're very important, whether you're hosting an event or you want me as a user to check out a piece of information, or you want your users to take action on a specific, let's say, a survey or a poll, or simply completing a training. So we want to make sure those notifications are accurate. And another step that we've taken is something that Sophie from product mentioned before, which is we enable deep linking. Essentially, what deep linking does is it takes the user exactly where you want them to go. So again, if you want me to complete a survey, I click the notification or scan my QR code or click the link, and it takes me directly there. Right. It also, if you want me to, if I have a compliance training that I haven't, finished or even started, you can actually bug me with it and be like, let's get this done, and send me notifications. And I don't have, when I click on it, there's no confusion, because instead of going to, let's say, the home page or the home screen of my app, I'm taking directly to that training to be able to complete it. Also, what this does is it gives you a more tailored experience, and it boosts your engagement, because all the content you're sharing with your users is meant for them. And it feels like it's meant for them because they're taken exactly where they need to go. We are also we're also doing some work to make sure we have consistency across the user interface. And like Sophie said, bettering the user experience, because the last thing we want you to do is jump into Fliplet Studio and worry about formatting, right? We want to make sure the layouts are predictable, so that you can focus on creating and coming up with ideas, getting those apps to your users as quickly as you can, and that your experience within Studio, whether it's V3, V2, it's very consistent and very, very clean. Also, if you're sharing, or training somebody on Fliplet Studio, you want the experience to be the same. You want it to be consistent. So that's part of what we've done, and part of why we continue to work on improvements across the platform. The main goal here is to allow you to build what you need quickly and get it again into the hands of the users. But now I'm going to pass it over back to Sophie, who's going to share our latest support offering. I know a lot of my clients are going to be very excited about this. It's a surprise we have for you guys. So Sophie, take it away.
Thanks, Felipe. Yeah, just got excited there when you're talking about deep linking. Just to reiterate, yeah, it's going to be great for engagement. So I'm quite excited for that. And really, I think back to what you were saying, it's just that we're focusing on consistency across apps. So things like styling, layout, and overall structure are going to feel more predictable and polished. And finally, over to 24/7 support. This is something we're introducing for clients who need extended or continuous coverage, so ideal for events or key launches. providing that extra level of reassurance, especially when things are happening outside of the standard hours or across different time zones. I know I already have had some clients use the 24/7 support for their events this year. How about yourself, Felipe?
I have, yeah, and very successfully. I think that added level of support and also an escalation path in case something is needed, it's key. You know, a lot of the retreats that we host happen Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? So that added support on those 2 days is key. I just had a client a couple of days ago reach out asking that same question: Can I get extended coverage? Right? This wasn't something we did in the past. It's something that is brand new and has been proven successful for the few clients that have used it. And I think, I can, think of so many clients that are going to be excited about this, whether it is for an event, a key launch, or even if you're testing an app during the weekend to get it out to the hands of your users, having the support there to give you a hand is very, very useful.
Yeah, agree. So, if this is something that could be useful for your team, particularly for anything coming up this year, just reach out to your account manager. We can talk through what it would look like, as it does need to be planned in advance a little bit.
Mhm.
And now for our final update this afternoon, we're moving on to security and InfoSec. Before I hand it over, I'll just say we know InfoSec is a big focus for a lot of you. We spend a lot of time working through security questionnaires with clients. So if there's anything like that on your side, please do send it over to whoever your account manager is. We're always happy to support with those and make sure everything is covered from a security and compliance perspective. And just a reminder, as always, we spoke a lot. Oh yeah, sorry. And just as a reminder, as always, we spoke a lot of updates. So please remember to submit your questions through the Q&A, and we will get back to you. And with that, I'll hand things over to our COO, Toby Rowe, who's going to walk you through our latest security and InfoSec updates.